In this video, we're discussing PERT charts, also known as activity graphs. We are trying to figure out the shortest amount of time it would take to complete all activities in some given chart. One of the first things that we need to make sure we look at is called critical activities. These are activities which must be completed before other activities can be completed. Sometimes they're going to be identified, other times you'll need to define them logically. So the critical activities. In this example here, we have a bunch of classes we got to take. If you look in the prerequisites column, you'll see that some classes have no prerequisites. Those classes are going to be critical activities for activities that you got to perform later. One thing, you can't do Calculus 2 until you do Calculus 1, can't do Physics 2 until you do Physics 1. So when you begin your activity graph, first you need to start with a start square and a finish square, and then you begin putting the activities that can go first in front of the start square. So we can take Calculus 1, Speech, and Psychology 1 all in the same semester because they have no prerequisites. So that means we can take 3 classes in this first semester because all of those classes can be taken at the same time, don't require anything else. Then we go on to the second semester. In this case, the second semester of classes, after we've taken Calculus 1, again, notice that prerequisite column. Calculus 1 is forced to be taken first before we can take Calculus 2 or Physics 1. So since we can take Calculus 2 and Physics 1 now, we can take those in the same semester because we've already completed Calculus 1. And then also notice argument and debate can be taken after we take speech. So in semester 2, argument and debate is going to be put down. And then in the third semester is going to be fairly simple. We only have one class that we have to take in this third semester. It's Physics 2. We cannot take Physics 2 until we take Physics 1. So then you start to draw lines that show you the path that you have to take, which includes the prerequisites, and every level represents the time frame we're discussing. So the time frame in this case is semesters, and it only takes 2 semesters to get through Calculus 1 and Calculus 2 before we finish that path. And then Calculus 1 branches off into another path that includes Physics and Physics 2. So Calculus 1 first semester, Physics second semester, Physics 2 third semester, and then we finished that path. And notice these paths are identified with different colors. And then the next path we have speech, then argument and debate, which requires speech, and then we're done with that path. And then the psychology class really has nothing dependent upon it, and it is not dependent upon anything else. So psychology, once we start it and finish it, then we're done with that path. Psychology is actually something that's a little flexible here. Again, notice multiple paths exist because there are 3 classes that can be taken at the same time. Now, because psychology is flexible, we don't have to take it first semester. Psychology has no prerequisite, nor is it the prerequisite for anything else. So we can move psychology wherever we want to. In this case, here's just another look at how to operate this activity graph. I'm going to put Psychology 1 in the third semester, and so my first semester has 2 classes, second semester has 3, and then third semester has 2 classes, Physics 2 and Psychology 1. It does not matter where I place psychology as long as I don't add another semester, because the shortest amount of time that it will take for these activities is 3 semesters. And that is how you create and how I teach activity graphs.